What's going on, everybody? This is Mike with GamingReset.com. We are back once again, continuing the Sega Master System Marathon, which we've been doing for a couple months now. We are on to Captain Silver. Unlike the other reviews and previews that we've done, today is going to be a full playthrough of the game. As you can see, we are in some sort of crazy village. There's green falling pumpkins and some Elton John dressed bears, and there are a couple cats that are straight out of Alice in Wonderland. I just got the shoe power up, which allows me to jump super high. What I can say is, if you are going to do the full playthrough of this game, you can get through it in anywhere from probably 6 to 15 minutes, depending on how many times you die and if you want to grab power-ups and get extra lives. But if you were just to play straight through it, not look for the extra lives, the extra power-ups, you wouldn't need it. I just grabbed the coffee there. The coffee gives you, much like life, coffee will give you a boost of power, I guess you could say, and you can get hit one time with that without dying. This game is a one-hit kill game. That was a mid-level boss. This Sega Master System game has 4 levels. It is an arcade port. The arcade port had 6 levels, but this is just the 2. So you can see it's it's actually a fairly easy game. The graphics are average. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's this beautiful game, but the other thing you can see is I am now shooting stars out of my sword. You get that when you get the little floating princess fairy items. You start out, get one of those, you shoot 1 star, you get a second one, you can shoot 3 stars. And then when you get your third power up, you can shoot 5 stars. So I just completed the first level pretty straight through. There wasn't even a real boss. There was a mid-level boss, and that was about it. And now we are on to a boat, which seems like a more common place that you would find a captain, you know, to be battling. I just got my 5th stars, or my 5th fairy, so now I can shoot more stars. And, you know, now it's pretty straightforward. There's, you know, 3 more rounds. You can basically fly through these next few. We're just gonna keep going, shoot the sword stars at everybody, and continue to collect our alphabet or our letters here and try to get extra guys. In this playthrough, I will say that I actually did need a couple extra guys. If you keep the stars through the entire playthrough and the vest, it does make the end guy quite a bit easier to beat, but it's definitely doable either way. Dropping down below the boat, you can explore down here, get different power-ups, run into different foes. I'm just taking the fastest route through. But again, this kind of speaks to the Master System. They always did quite a lot of different things with different environments within the same levels. This one is no different. The hit detection is still fairly odd, and as you can see, the enemies in this game do not provide any real competition. As we go back up to the top deck, we will be met with our first real boss. I'm not grabbing any of those letters because I will not need extra guys later, but we are met with the real captain of the ship, and he just jumps over you a few times, and you just basically want to stay out of his way. I hit him enough times there, probably looked like I died. Maybe I did, but the system did not see that. Now we are on to the third stage, or scenes as they call them. Falling coconuts. You can basically fly through these as well. You're met with new enemies. This guy is kind of a jungle villager that is trying to stab you. Again, no real challenge here. No real even platforming at this point at all through the game. At this point, that was useless for me to get, but I had the key to get into the shop, so I will go for it. And we'll keep flying through here. Again, this environment is pretty ugly. I don't know what else to say about it. Here's some platforming where you jump on a moving turtle. Captain Silver can shoot stars out of his sword, but he cannot cross a river that a turtle can happily float back and forth in. That will kill you. So we will just happily jump on the turtle shells in order to get across. I actually heard three of these turtles did turn into Ninja Turtles, so that is good for them. So that's fantastic. We do our little dance, and now we're on to the 4th stage. In the 4th stage, there's a bit more platforming, and this one can kind of be a pain in the ass. If you mistime it, or the detection of the cloud or molar doesn't quite recognize, you could fall off. I actually think I do that right here. I did play through this, and now I'm just doing a voiceover, so we'll see. But we'll give this a playthrough. Once we get up to the top, and you'll see there's a couple different stages, there's 2 areas to this area as well. There I missed the jump because I was just trying to hurry through it. Not a big deal at this point in the game if you just, again, you lose your stars, and that's never fun because it makes it the end boss a slight bit more difficult, but we won't worry about it on this playthrough. We will just continue to jump on these floating teeth and the rocks. I will not make that same mistake again. And timing's really everything here, but the good news is you can continue to wait while you're doing these jumps. Just before we get to the top, I'd say, the game is actually pretty fun. I enjoyed my time with it. Shouldn't take you long to master it. It did take me quite a while because I kept trying to rush through it and it was pissing me off, and I was not in the mood to get frustrated with the game. But if you just take your time, this game should not be frustrating for you. My host, Mitch, he made it through in about 6 tries. So then boss is just some captain-looking guy, some skeleton captain guy. Basically, you just want to jump out of the way and just keep dodging him and hit him. And he will throw little flaming dart things at you. You can kind of goad him into jumping where you want and just run under him, jump again, and just keep hitting him as I'm doing. It's not super difficult to get through. Just be patient. Just don't try to rush it. As you can see, this is where it would be a little bit easier with the stars because you could be firing at them at this point, but we won't need it for this playthrough. And here's the last couple hits. And luckily I had my coffee vest on, and we took care of the last boss. So that's the game in a nutshell. That's our playthrough of Captain Silver. You get the rolling credits. Again, this is unlike the arcade, where the arcade will actually give you a little mini comic book display of the story. We captured Captain Silver's treasures, and Jim, our protagonist, is now a happy man. So that's the review. I don't know, as far as Sega Master System games go, and really retro games in general, I would really give this one a 4 out of 5. It's fun to play through. It's something if you just want to sit down and conquer a game, in 10 minutes and feel good after work or during lunch. This is probably the game to pick up so far. I think it's one of the better Master System games that I've played so far. So this is Mike, RetroGameFix.com, and be sure to check out our podcast at RetroGameFix.com and on Twitter at RetroGameFix.com. Thanks.